It's well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to back up for no reason. This is vindication for a lot of people.
A few years later.
That guy is dangerous. That's dangerous. When those people were saying Jews will not replace us, Jews will not replace us, that slogan sits on top of a very sick and twisted view that if you bring enough people of color here, we are so deficient, we are so stupid, we are so unwanted that we will be zombies to fill out the ranks for some Democratic Party agenda that Jewish people are manipulating and driving forward. That leads to violence. That puts at risk Jewish people. That puts at risk people of color. It is wrong. And the smug, condescending way that he just spews this poison out is very, very dangerous because he won't stop Trump, but he's going to outlive Trump by about 50 years. And you're watching the rise of an American demagogue that is a very, very despicable person. Yeah. And I was shaking listening to him talk because a lot of people don't know that is one step away from Nazi propaganda coming out of his mouth.
Just shut the fuck up. At a certain point.
Yes, welcome back. These crime liberals will never stop to amaze me. Recently, Vivek tells CNN Van Jones to shut the F up. If you realize Democrats want to be able to limit some people not to talk about some topics. A video about Van Jones surfaced on social media where he is talking just the same thing they are going after Vivek for saying. The great replacement theory, I believe. And it has reached that level. Vivek saw that video and had to reply him. If you notice, this same Van Jones went off on Vivek to a certain level after that debate. Vivek did not like that. According to this article, Republican presidential candidate Vivek used a speech Sunday to tell CNN Van Jones to just shut the F up after Jones accused him of being a demagogue. The four-mouthed comment came in response to Jones' take following the fourth Gulf primary debate earlier this month.
It's difficult. And I think it'd be easier if we just acknowledge that it's difficult. No ethnic majority group in 10,000 years of human history that I could find ever went from being a majority to being a minority and liked it. And that's basically the request from the racial justice left, is that we want the white majority to go from being a majority to being a minority and like it. That's a tough request. And the reality is that change is hard. Change that you want is hard. Change that is good is hard.
3 years ago, I wouldn't have believed you, but I now have my views that are a product of my experiences. We got to open our eyes to see that disease of dishonesty. The same government that has lied to us about not only what happened on 9/11, but the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, about the basis for the 2008 bailouts and the financial crisis, about the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that never was, about the Hunter Biden laptop story, which we absolutely know to be true, about exactly what happened on January 6th, to the origin of COVID-19, to the Nashville transgender shooter manifesto, to how our own money is being spent in Ukraine today. We demand a government that tells us the truth again in this country. That's what we require. We can handle the truth. That's what it means to be a citizen of this country. So I say that on that last debate stage to a bunch of Republicans that are shaking in their boots. These are the things you're not supposed to say in the Republican Party even today. And then you get the mainstream media. You got this character Van Jones on CNN afterwards saying, this is the rise of an American demagogue who's going to live 50 years longer than Trump. This is dangerous. I am shaking. That's what he says. Just shut the fuck up. At a certain point, just shut the fuck up. Van Jones at CNN. We're done with it. And I think you got to ask yourself, why am I the only candidate in this race who can say...
After Jones accused him of being a demagogue, the four-mouthed comment came in response to Jones' take following the fourth Gov primary debate earlier this month, in which Vivek said the January 6, 2021 Capitol riot appeared to be an inside job and claimed the Great Replacement theory is not some grand right-wing conspiracy theory but a basic statement of the Democratic Party platform. I have seen a super clear video where CNN has been, talking about this for a very long time, but when you want to say it, it's a problem. Afterward, Jones said on CNN that Vivi is dangerous, noting that Vivi will likely outlive Trump by about 50 years. Jones said that he felt he was watching the rise of an American demagogue that is a very, very despicable person. Literally, I was shaking listening to him talk because a lot of people don't know that it is one step away from Nazi propaganda coming out of his mouth. Jones added on Sunday while speaking at Turning Point USA American Feast Conference in Phoenix, Arizona, Vivek laughed off the response from elements of the mainstream media to his debate comment. You get this character Van Jones on CNN afterwards saying this is the rise of an American demagogue who is gonna live 50 years longer than Trump. This is dangerous. I am shaking, Vivek said, pausing to shake his head and laugh with apparent incredulity. Vivi then said, just shut the F up, as cheering audience members rose to their feet to show their approval. He added, at a certain point, just shut the F up. That was just a clear response. Vivi sent out this message to him because the kind of message he tried to pass about Vivi is insane. It therefore means nobody should be able to actually face some things because Vivek is actually the only outspoken candidate among Ron DeSantis, Nikki, and Chris that is able to call out some things. He should not be able to do that because people like Van Jones will be calling him this, that. If you want to say this is dangerous, then look back at your past. Reason, I always say the internet never forget, because when you do something today, the internet has it. They will surface your old videos to prove what you're saying to be nonsense. That is exactly what happened here.